WK here, and today I'm going to be going over my top essentials for being a vet, a tech, or assistant, or any sort of clinical job. These are things that I use on a daily basis that I think are really important and that I would not be able to function without, just to kind of give you guys some ideas of some things that maybe you want to start implementing into your technician or assistant life, or that you might want to prepare for if you're just going into your first veterinary job. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. First thing, and I think this is one of the most important things that of course you need for any kind of job where you're going to be on your feet all the time, especially working in a clinic, is comfortable shoes. Now, these shoes I've had for absolutely forever. I'm pretty sure I've had these shoes since high school. They're Nike Airs. I don't really know much more than that. I don't remember where I got them or how much they were, but these are really comfortable. I have gone through so many shoes for work. I used to wear more like Converse-y style shoes because I thought they were more comfortable, but that was back when I was only working like 3 hours a day. And then when I started working full-time and was working 9 hours a day, I started wearing these shoes, and they're really comfortable. I definitely feel a difference in my feet. It's really important for you to find shoes that are going to be comfortable because you're probably going to be working long hours and you're going to be on your feet for most of that time. So it's really important that you find shoes that are going to be comfortable for you to wear for a long period of time. My second veterinary essential is going to be pens and Sharpies. These are kind of straightforward. It's really important to find a pen that you like because if you're a paper clinic like me, you're going to be writing all day long in charts. I really like the G2 clicky pens. No one else in my clinic uses them, so we always know whose pens they are. That's something you guys are going to learn pretty quickly if you haven't already, is that your pens are going to get stolen a lot. So some people will like mark them with like tape or vet wrap or things like that to kind of signify that they're theirs. I don't really do that because, as I said, I'm the only one in my clinic that uses these. And then Sharpies are also really important. We use them for labeling all kinds of things, you know, name tags, labeling blood tubes, things like that. I prefer the black ones. Some people have colored ones. I have a light blue one as well that I don't use as often, but I prefer the black ones. My third essential is just a tiny little notebook. I like these little flippy ones. I just like to take really quick notes. Like here I have a list of like clients that I needed to write up charts for, make phone calls to, just kind of little reminders of things I needed to do on a really busy day so I didn't forget anything. I really like these because, you know, you can take all kinds of notes of like what kind of medications your doctor wants to send home with a patient, or discharge instructions. As I said, like I did here, notes of maybe a list of things that you need to make sure you get done before the end of the day if it's really busy and you think you're gonna forget. These notebooks are really cheap. You can get them from even the dollar store for like $1. I think you can get them at Walmart for like 99 cents. They're really quick and easy, and you can just kind of tear out the pages as you go. Number 4 is a mini calculator. I think these are also very, very important, especially if you're like me and you do drug dosages all day for your patients. I know some clinics, like my previous clinic, had them kind of laying around, but I think having your own is really important, especially in emergencies, because if you are in an emergency and you need to calculate something for a patient who's dying, it's easier to whip out your calculator and do it really quickly rather than be like, oh God, I need a calculator, where's the calculator, that kind of thing. Number 5 is probably my favorite of all my essentials. I'm so proud to finally own one of these, and that is a stethoscope. This is obviously not necessary for every clinic and every position. This is the first position that I've ever had my own. The hospital I previously worked at had them kind of laying around. Even the hospital I currently work at had them lying around, but I don't know, I feel very official just having my own. And again, it's really useful in emergencies because you already have one on you. You don't have to run around looking for one. So mine is not a super expensive one. It's not the fanciest one on the market. My parents bought it for me from Amazon for Christmas. It is called an MDF Acoustica. I'll link it down below, one that's similar. I know this one's actually sold out, this particular color, but I will go ahead and link down below a similar one. This next veterinary essential I think is very useful. I don't really use them all that often anymore, but that would be bandage scissors. I used bandage scissors all the time at my previous clinic, and I do still carry them on me, but I don't use them that often. These actually aren't the ones that I use all the time. The ones I use all the time I think are in my car somewhere. I couldn't find them for this video, but these are my old pair that I first got when I first started working at my old clinic. They're really useful for like cutting catheters out, cutting off bandages, things like that. These ones were just from Amazon. They were like $5. They're not the best. They're really bulky. If you guys can't see that, they're really kind of bulky down at the tip, so they're kind of hard to get under the tape and the bandages. So I don't like these ones as much, but I still kept them just to kind of have. So my next veterinary essential is some sort of reference book. So I personally have just this little notebook, and I just bought this a couple weeks ago. I haven't had a chance to really fill it out yet. As you can see, it's still blank. But what I'm planning on using this for is like putting, you know, like vitals or protocols for different, I don't know what that was, protocols for different things, maybe common drug dosages, things like that, just things that I want to be able to reference very quickly. They also have a book you can buy online. It's called Veterinary PDQ that's very popular. I do hope to invest in that one day, but for now I'm going to be using this. Number 8 seems like a pretty obvious one, but that is scrubs. Obviously, as an assistant or a technician, you're going to be wearing scrubs for like 99% of your time. I personally like tight-fitting scrubs. That's just me personally. That's my personal style, but I also find them more useful. I find that baggy scrubs get caught a lot and things like that. I personally really like the kind of like athletic wear / yoga scrubs, especially in the pants, because I find that like when I'm bending over to pick up a dog or something like that, they don't ride down as much, so my crack doesn't show. I'll leave a link to a couple of my favorite brands on Amazon down below. Number 9 would of course be water and snacks. I really love the Hydro Flask bottles. This is the one that I use every day. I think that staying hydrated is so important in any profession for anybody. I know it's really hard for people who work in clinics to drink a lot of water because you're just so busy and you don't really have time. But what I like to do is anytime I do get a second to kind of take a break, or maybe at lunch, I just try to chug a ton of water. On my lunch, I like to try to drink an entire bottle of water just to kind of help make up for the water that I haven't been drinking all day. And then of course for snacks, you know, you don't always have time to, you know, run across the street to the McDonald's and grab something for lunch. So I always like to bring healthy little snacks. I'll bring like carrot sticks or grapes or pretzels or, you know, things like that. Something that's really quick and easy that I can kind of scarf down really quickly. I'm one of those people that I have to eat every few hours, otherwise I get really hangry. So it's like an essential for me to have little snacks to munch on throughout the day whenever I get an opportunity. Now this next essential is more of an essential for me. This is just something I bring with me every single day. This is something that I just bring with me every day because I am a technician in training and I'm still learning and I'm studying and that kind of thing. So the thing that I really like to bring with me every day, I know it's huge, it seems like a lot to lug around, but that's my textbook, the clinical textbook for veterinary technicians. So I'm not going to like actual school. I'm kind of taking a different route. I'll go fully into it into another video, but it's kind of up to you to do all your studying for the VTNE on your own. So that's why I've purchased this textbook. I bring this with me every single day because, well, one, I try to study on my lunches if I can. It doesn't happen all the time, but I try. But also, I just like having it on me because I feel like it's a good reference guide. Like, yes, the quick reference guide is good to have, but I feel like this really helps me a lot because if I don't know how to do something or if I don't quite understand like a protocol or something like that, it's most likely in here. So I can look it up really quickly, read that chapter really quick, and kind of get a better idea what it's all about. So this is really essential for me as a learning technician. And then my final essential that I feel is really important for myself, and I feel that could possibly be useful for a lot of you guys, is some sort of outlet. I know we all have bad days. We all have stressful days or days where things just aren't going right and we're just full of all these frustrations and anger and sadness and emotions that we just don't know what to do with, and they kind of build up inside of us. So what I like to do is I like to have my bullet journal. I love bullet journaling so much. This is my planner, this is my journal, this is my everything. I bring this with me every single day and I like to have it on hand because if I am having one of those days and I get a second, you know, at my lunch or maybe a 10-minute break, I can sit there and I can just word vomit all of my thoughts, all of my feelings onto a piece of paper, get them out of my head, and it helps me feel a million times better. Something else that really helps me with that are like meditation apps. I use the Calm app, the Headspace app. I really like Simple Habit, that one's my favorite. Even if I only have 5 minutes, it gives me that 5 minutes to kind of sit in silence, focus on my breath, kind of let go of everything that's really just like weighing me down and making me frustrated and all these emotions that I don't know what to do with. It kind of helps me redirect them and then let them go. I really like meditation for that, and I think it's really important for us, especially in this field, to kind of have an outlet for that, whether it's at work or if you go home and do it. I think it's really important to be able to have that outlet because I feel like mental health in this field is not talked about enough, it's not addressed enough. As I said in my previous video, this job is very mentally draining. It can become very overwhelming very quick, and so I think it's really important for all of us to kind of have some sort of outlet to kind of get those emotions out and, you know, focus on the task at hand or kind of move on from bad days because they all happen. happen. So that is all that I have for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below, what are your guys' essentials if you're technicians or assistants or work in a clinic? What are some of the things that you guys can't live without? Also be sure to check out all the links to everything that I mentioned down below in the description, as well as check out all my social media. I'm trying really hard to get onto that Instagram game. Also let me know what other kinds of videos you guys want me to make. I'm really excited to share this journey about working as a technician and mental health in the veterinary field and all that kind of stuff. I'm really excited to just kind of discuss all of that with you guys. So let me know if there's any video ideas that you guys want to see. As always, I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.